Okay, so let us begin first. Let me wish all the mothers happy Mother's Day, not only today but year around, because we have a big role to play in our children's life and our whole husband's life and all that. So happy Mother's Day to all of you. So we'll start the seminar with the chant. So close your eyes, take a deep, long breath. With each inhalation, balloon the belly. With each exhalation, pull the belly in and continue breathing. And notice that when you inhale, when you balloon the belly, your body feels little tense. And when you exhale, when you pull the belly in, your body is more relaxed. So observe your breath. Feel the movement of your belly. Feel the body tensing and relaxing. And now observe your mind. Mind always flows with the breath. So when the breath becomes unsteady, mind starts wandering, and when the breath becomes rhythmic, mind becomes peaceful and calm and clear. Sarvepi sukhinas santu, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्ति. May all be healthy, may all be happy, may all see the goodness in life. May there be no pain or suffering in the universe. May there be peace, peace, and peace. And keeping this peace within, gently open your eyes. And namaste, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Even today is a Mother's Day, but still taking time and joining me for this important seminar. And we all know that health is the first thing in our life, the most important thing in our life. And especially at this senior years, at the golden years, that is more important because all the diseases are kind of knocking the door, blood pressure and heart issues and digestive issues and all that. So it is very important that we take care of our health and do everything what we can. But unfortunately, what do we say that health is the absence of disease and we end up taking medicines for most of the diseases. If it is diabetes, first is metformin. If it is osteoporosis, just go for calcium. If blood pressure, start taking the blood pressure medications and all that. And we get busy into all that number game, maintaining your A1C and your blood pressure within normal range and your cholesterol should be this and HDL, LDL, HDL, LDL ratio and all that. And in all that number games, we completely forget the other side of our health, and that is the diet and lifestyle. And it is so important because do you know that we are this physical body in yoga, we call it Annamaya Kosha. So this body is made up of this Anna, the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, and all that. So if we pay attention more to these kind of things, the picture will be different. And do you know, even the modern research is pointing to that side, that there is a new study of epigenetics. That epigenetics also say that our food, our environment, our water, our emotions, our surrounding, everything can influence these epigenes, and then those epigenes can influence the genetic expression. So if we take care good health of our hey, if we take care good health through the diet and lifestyle, you will really see the different picture. And that's what we are going to talk about, that at this old age, the biggest problem is osteoporosis and bone health, because I can see, I can imagine that many of us feel aches and pains and all those problems. And there is so much talk about osteoporosis. So let me start sharing my presentation with you all. Okay. So how does osteoporosis, Ayurveda looks at the osteoporosis, and you can look at this picture. And the first lady on the left side is standing erect and tall, and slowly you can see we are getting the hump, our height decreases, we bend forward and all that. So slowly we start declining as we progress in our life, in our health and all that. So mainly this is all happening because of the decline in many tissues in the body, because of systems don't function as good as previous younger years and all that. So what is osteoporosis? So there are two things. They talk about osteopenia and osteoporosis. So osteopenia and porosis, these are kind of the two stages of the bones becoming weak. So if you see in this picture on the left side, you will see the healthy bone. So bones are always porous because there is a bone marrow inside. But as that porosity increases and bones become weak, this middle picture, they call this as osteopenia. And that is the warning sign. It's not complete osteoporosis, but it is going in that direction. So your bone density is little less than normal, and that's what they call osteopenia. And the picture on the right side is, you can compare the picture on the left and right, how porous this right side picture is. So all that porosity is because of the weakening of the bone tissue, and then when the bones become weak, it is very easy to fracture or having the joint pain or so many problems related to the bones and all that. So we need to keep our bones very, very healthy. So statistics and all that, we know we are all are in baby boomer generation. That is people who are born between 1946 to 1964. And we are all enjoying or living in our senior years. But as our lifespan increases, then all these health issues also increase. And osteoporosis, or the weakening of the bones, is mainly the disease of the old age. And that's what we are suffering more from, all these issues. And because increased lifespan, increased issues, naturally we have to spend more money in all these kind of issues. But as far as our health, we need to help ourselves to prevent all those issues. So it is related to the bones. So bones are very important tissue. Ayurvedically, there are 7 tissues. And first is rasa, that is the fluids in the body. Then the rakta, that is the blood. Third is mamsa, that is the muscle. Fourth is meda, that is the fat, lubricating all the systems in the body. And fifth is the asthi dhatu, Sixth is Majja Dhatu, and the last one, seventh, is Shukra Dhatu. So we can see this bone is the fifth Dhatu. So it is deep seated in the body. So when we want to build any building, you can see in this right picture here, first what they build is the pillars, because those pillars give the structure to the building. Same way all our bones give us the structure and the support to have our posture and all, and also gives the shape. But also see that inside those pillars, the concrete thing, there are the metal wires. It's kind of a mesh. That's what our bones are strong, but they are also pliable. They can bend and all that. They also help to move the body, because all the muscles help us for the movement, running around, doing things and all that. But where are those muscles going to insert and originate? So the bones help for the muscles and tendons to insert on these kind of bones, and then the movement of the body is possible. So bones also take important part in movement of the body. Then inside the bone, we have the bone marrow, and it produces red blood cells. Red blood cells are very important because they carry oxygen, they carry prana in the body. And that's what each and every cell in the body needs, that prana. And red blood cells do that. White blood cells are like our immune system. They protect us from other infections or other diseases and all. So that way also the bones are very important. They store 99% of the calcium and 80% of the phosphorus. These are the essential minerals in the body, and bone is kind of the reservoir. It's like a bank. It stores it. So 99% is in the bone, only 1% is in the blood. But that 1% also is very, very important. And it protects all the organs. So think about our skull. Our brain is protected by the skull. Our lungs, our heart, everything is protected by this rib cage. All our digestive organs, our uterus, urinary bladder, everything is kind of protected by these pelvic bones and all that. So they provide the support to the whole body. They also protect the body, and they have the important function. So it is very important that we take good care of our bones. So calcium. Calcium, as I said, calcium is very essential because it is the vital mineral to develop the strong. 1 minute, let me just move this a little bit to the side. Okay. So calcium, how do we get the calcium? So mainly we eat calcium rich foods like milk. And ragi, ragi is the richest source. Always remember, ragi is such a valuable grain for this. Then we eat some cheese, we eat nuts, we eat some vegetables, we eat sesame seeds and all. So whatever foods we eat, body, the small intestine digests that food, and it separates the calcium, and body absorb that. Then the kidneys also, whatever goes through the urine, kidneys absorb that to preserve the blood calcium, to maintain the blood calcium level. And bones store almost 99% calcium till it is needed in the blood. And 1% calcium in the blood helps. But remember that this is the two-way street. Bones is the bank of the calcium. When blood calcium goes low, the bone calcium is dissolved and it becomes the blood calcium, because that 1% calcium in the blood has very important functions in the body. So when the blood has less, blood always go to the bone. And then when we eat food, the bones become stronger and they store again the calcium. So this is the two-way street, always like a bank. We put the money in the bank, we take the money out from the bank. So those both way streets are very, very important for the body to function right. So for the muscle contraction, nerve transmission, blood clotting, regulating our heart rhythm, all these are the very important functions in the body. And for that, we need calcium. And that's why it is very, very essential mineral in the body. Then what are the causes of the osteoporosis? And in the beginning also, uh, Dr. Bide asked me the question that one of her friend has osteoporosis and she is taking a lot of calcium, and then the calcium deposits, and that's why it may have some heart issues. A lot of people have kidney stones and all that. So, uh, Kiran, can you help me just move your thing from, because it is covering my slide. Preventing and treating. Preventing and treating osteoporosis. Let me go back to this, back to the slide. 1 minute. Huh? So is the calcium, because what is the research shows that women and men in other countries who have much less calcium in their diet don't see the high rates of osteoporosis. And here we just take so much calcium, oral calcium. Maybe there are weekly pills, monthly pills, quarterly IV calcium, once a year calcium, and so many. So when we talk about bone health, we always think about calcium, but excess calcium in the body is also very harmful. And that's what research also shows. That research shows that the culture with the highest calcium intake have the highest hip fracture rates. And what happens is when you are taking only these medicines which build the bone, but they stop mm, dissolving the bone and making into the blood calcium. Only the bones are becoming stronger and stronger. So instead of pliable bones, the bones become very rigid and then they fracture. So just taking the calcium is not going to solve all the problem. And if you eat wisely, if you take enough foods which are rich in calcium, then you don't need to take the supplements. Then at the menopausal age, few years ago, the HRT, the hormonal replacement therapy, was very popular. Everybody said that you have to be on HRTs because it's a fountain of youth and all. So is the estrogen's main function is related to the reproduction. So at menopause, like at menarche, all these hormone levels start increasing in the body. At menopause, those levels start coming down, but they don't come to the zero. So whatever less amounts of hormones in the body they are enough for us, especially women in our old age. So you don't have to take like artificial hormones and all. Because again, what the research showed, that increased exposure to estrogen after menopause has more detrimental effect, such as breast and uterine cancer and excessive bleeding and stroke and more. So anything excess, these kind of things are not very healthy for the body. Third thing is bone density. Again, what is the measure of our bone health is the bone density. But the study done in 2005 followed more than 8,000 women aged 65 and older to assess the hip fracture over 5 years. And out of those women who fractured their hips, 54% did not have osteoporosis. So their bones were not weak, but still they had the fractures and all that. So it is not only the calcium or the hormones that you consume is going to offer you the bone health. Then what did our Surgeon General say? That preventing and treating osteoporosis involves a new way of thinking about your body, looking at your bones as a part of the whole system. As I said, bones are also one of the tissue. All these 7 tissues made our physical body. So making bones as the part of the whole system and to build and maintain the health, to maintain the healthy bodies. And a healthy skeletal system with strong bones is essential to overall health and the quality of life. But appropriate nutrition and physical activity. And many of you joined me for the senior golden health in golden years. And I offered the seminar daily routine and seasonal routine. So it has so many tips for you that you should be eating nutritious food, but what time is right for eating food. Your digestive power has to be very strong to digest all that food, because it's not enough that you eat organically grown food and homemade food. But if your digestion is very weak, it is not good for the body, because body cannot convert that into bodily tissues and all that. So good nutrition, good digestion, physical activity, everything is so important even for your bone health. And that's when Ayurveda comes in the picture. So Ayurvedic view about osteoporosis. So among three doshas, so far all of you know that the foundation of Ayurveda is these three energies: Kapha, Pitta, and Vata. Kapha is mainly the water energy, Pitta is the fire energy, and the Vata is the wind energy. And all the system, these are three present in all the systems in different proportion. And when it comes to disease, Ayurveda says that rogastu dosha vaishamyam. When these energies go out of balance, it causes the disease. And dosha samyam arogata. That means when the doshas are into balance, that is the state of health. So we always go when we talk about these three doshas, it's always we go back to which dosha is related to certain condition. And in case of osteoporosis, this wind energy or vata dosha is the main culprit for osteoporosis. And seven dhatus and only three doshas. So each dosha has affinity for different tissues. So rasa dhatu, mamsa dhatu, meda dhatu, Majja Dhatu and Shukra Dhatu have affinity. Kapha dosha has affinity for those. And Rakta Dhatu is related to Pitta dosha. And Asthi Dhatu, that is the bones, are related to Vata dosha. But they have inverse relationship. So when Vata aggravates in the body, bones become weak. And when the bones become stronger, Vata dosha comes down. So the solution to osteoporosis Ayurvedically is bringing your Vata excessive. If it has increased, then we have to bring it down. So that's what it says. Vata dosha has affinity to bones. It resides in the bones. So increased Vata dosha makes the bones weak and speeds up the breakdown of the bone. So instead of focusing on the bones and calcium, Ayurveda tells us to focus on Vata dosha. So erratic eating habits and lifestyle. And we see that many times that we eat food, we exercise, we meditate, we do so many things. But because everything is present 24 hours, we don't have the routine. We don't eat at certain time. We don't exercise at certain time. We don't work at night. When it's time to sleep, many people are on their computer taking care of their work projects and all that. When it's time to eat, people eat breakfast like around 10, 11 o'clock, then eat their lunch around 4 p.m. and eat their dinner at 10 p.m. and all that. So those are kind of wrong eating habits, or sometimes skipping the meal completely, or sometimes constantly munching, eating small frequent meals and all. Those Ayurvedically we call that just irregular eating habits. And same way with the lifestyle. Don't have the schedule for sleep, don't have schedule for exercise, and not having the schedule causes many problems. Overexertion, irregular working hours, all that, and not following set routine. That's what I was saying. That all causes, aggravates Vata dosha, because Vata is the wind. Anything changing, anything variability is the kind of personality of this Vata dosha. So when you start doing irregular things, you definitely, your Vata dosha is going to increase in life. And the senior years is the Vata stage of life. In a minute, I will show you how those different stages change based on what age group we are in. But in the senior years, we are into Vata stage of life. So already those odds are against us. Our Vata is increasing in the body. So we have to be very careful. We have to be very protective to bring that Vata into balanced state, so our bones will stay stronger. What are the signs besides the aches and pains and all that? Even our hair, our nails, and our teeth are also part of the bone. And we start seeing all these things. We start losing our hair. The hair becomes very thin, becomes very fragile. Then our nails, at a young age, our nails may be pink and very smooth and all. But as we age and if our bones become weak, then we start seeing that the nails chip very easily.
Are
And
you
they
are you
become,
trying to be on the same slide because we are saying preventing and treating osteoporosis? So not sure if you are changing the slides because everybody sees that.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Are you on this slide? Ayurvedic view about osteoporosis?
No, we see osteoporosis prevention and management, preventing and treating
Okay.
osteoporosis.
Let me stop
Yeah,
share and
yeah,
I will start sharing again.
sure.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened today.
Yeah, this is different slide. Yeah, this is good.
Okay. Now are you seeing among three doshas?
It's a like Ayurvedic view about osteoporosis.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
Ayurvedic view about osteoporosis.
yeah, that's good.
Among three doshas, I talked about this, that Kapha Vata dosha is the wind energy is mainly the culprit in osteoporosis in Ayurvedic view. And Vata dosha resides in the bones. And our irregular doing things in our daily routine and all that aggravates Vata dosha. And in the senior years, we are in the Vata stage of life. So next stage, do you see this slide? Signs of weakness of bone.
Yes, yes. Now
Okay,
everything is good.
okay, good, good. Thank you so much. So, as I said, that nails, hair, and teeth are also part of the bone. And that's what in our old age we start seeing that hair, we start losing hair, the hair becomes thin, they become very fragile, become very dry, lifeless, and all that. Our nails also chip very easily. We start seeing vertical lines on the nails and all that. A lot of people have the teeth start falling, their gums recede and all that. So we start seeing all these signs, and these signs means your bone tissue is becoming weak. Ayurveda always says that you are going to see some signs of doshas. What's going on in the body also shows outside. So these are kind of the signs of the bone tissue is becoming weak. Now, as I mentioned earlier, okay, Kiran, you are seeing this slide, Vata season and life stages?
Yes, yes, yeah. All
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Okay. So Vata tends to aggravate during fall season. And I told you during the seasonal routine and all, here is a picture that whole year is divided Ayurvedically into three quadrants. And late winter and spring is the Kapha time. Summer is the Pitta time, and fall and early winter is the Vata time. So beginning September and all, when the weather starts changing, that is the beginning of Vata dosha. Vata tends to aggravate during fall season. And do you know, it's so striking that even if you see the research, that they say the more fractures happen during fall and early winter time. And Ayurvedically, that's what we talk about. This is the fall season, Vata dosha, Vata season. Vata is related to bones, and that's why Vata tends to make the bones very, very weak. You can see here this picture with the dry branches and all, and exactly similar pictures we see in the body. Our skin so becomes so dry, and we start feeling lightheaded. We start feeling anxious, we start getting all the aches and pains in the body and all that. So those are vata signs reflect in our body. Vata tends to aggravate after menopausal age. And this is the life stages I was talking about. That from birth to puberty, we are into kapha stage of life because kapha is the growth and body is growing during that time. Then the puberty to menopause, this is our midlife. That is whatever we want to achieve in our life, whatever we want to learn, we want to make money, have family, and enjoy everything. We do that in middle. This is the pitta period of life. And after menopause and all. And in women, we see the menopause strikingly because women stop getting the period. But even in men also, when the hormones drop down, that is kind of the menopausal stage in men. So after that, we go into Vata stage of life. So this is what Ayurveda explains us, that all the three stages. And we, or many of us, are into Vata stage of life. And that's what we experience more issues related to bones. And that's why it is very important that we follow Vata balancing lifestyle, Vata balancing foods and all. I hope this makes sense to you. Then how to prevent osteoporosis? It's always about the gunas. It's not about the calories, but it is always about the gunas. So each dosha has its own qualities or gunas. So vata, like a wind. Suppose you stand in the windy weather, your skin will become so dry, you will feel very cold, you will feel lightheaded. Constantly, unknowingly, we become very agitated and all. So these are the vata qualities, and they aggravate during vata season or vata stage of life. So our current stage of life. And that's why what are the balancing qualities to these? Exactly opposite. Opposite to dry is the moist. Opposite to cold is warm. Opposite to light is heavy. And opposite to mobile is the stable. So if we incorporate these qualities, moist, warm, heavy, and stable, we will be able to balance Vata dosha. And before I also, when I talked about seasonal routine and all, I said we cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sail. So we cannot control the changes in the season or changes in our life. But what is in our hand is to create the balance. And that's what Ayurveda always explains about, is to create the balance in the body. Okay, Vata dosha is aggravated, eat foods which are Vata balancing. If pitta is aggravated, eat foods which are pitta balancing. And kapha, same way. So every dosha has its own different qualities. Here we are talking about bone health. So we are talking about qualities of vata dosha. So moist, warm, heavy, and stable qualities in the diet. So what do we do generally? Favor warm, heavy, and moist foods. Like you want to eat breakfast, you can have oatmeal cereal or cream of wheat. Or if you are eating eggs, you can eat French toast, because though the name is toast, it is very soggy. So any food that is soggy, moist, warm, that is ideal for you to eat. Suppose you want to eat khakra, then they smash that khakra with some ghee or dip it into something and then eat, so it will not be so dry. If you want to eat poha, but then you have to mix something with that, so it will become little bit liquid, it is little bit moist and all, then you can eat that. So the idea is to create these qualities, warm, moist qualities in the food. And when you add any liquid to that or any grains for that matter, because it has earth element, they are heavy. So eating salads. Why Ayurveda recommend not to eat salad during fall time or at old age? Because salads are very light in nature. They are very cold in nature. So they aggravate vata dosha in our body. And that's what, if you want to eat leafy greens, saute them in little oil, make them warm, and then you can eat. Then during lunch and dinners and all, you can have more soups and rice, or kadhi and khichdi, rice and dal, something like that. If you want to make a big stew, you can add beans, you can add some rice to that, add vegetables, and you can have like a one big pot recipe or something. But it always has these qualities in it. Then natural oils and butter or ghee is very, very important. Let me tell you, as we get older, our body becomes dry. So we need to lubricate that body from outside and also from inside. Even cardiologists also say that for healthy heart and all, you have to eat some good quality of fat. And what is good quality of fat is all the natural oils or the ghee. Ghee is the best quality fat you can eat. But I'm not telling you to eat like a bowl full or something ghee. Maybe 2 or 3 teaspoons of ghee is enough. And whatever oil you use in cooking, that much oil is essential for the body, because many people are afraid of their cholesterol and they completely don't add any kind of fat, which is not good for the body. Think about your car. As the car gets older, you need to change the oil more often. So it will keep on running. Same way, if you want to keep your body running and keep water down, you need some oils inside and outside. Then natural grains. Grains also have the earth element, so they are heavy. And when we cook it, it has some water in it, and we eat those all the warm. So rice is your favorite. You can eat all the around the year. Jawar is a good grain. It is also low in glycemic index, but it is little cooling. So during summertime, you can eat jawar. During fall and winter time, you can eat bajra, because bajra is a little bit warming in nature. Ragi. When it comes to bone health, I will tell you ragi is the richest source of natural calcium and all the minerals. Do you know when the when the children are growing, in fifth month, it is a custom of giving them ragi porridge. And why at fifth month? Because Asti is the fifth dhatu. It develops in the body around the fifth month. You will also see that small children start getting teeth around fifth or sixth month, because that's when their bones are becoming stronger. They are developing. And that's what, if you give them ragi and even you eat some ragi, this will help to strengthen your bones and it will give you natural calcium. So all these grains are also they are very nutritious. They have important kind of food nutrients, and also they make you feel full. That feeling full sensation, feeling of satiation is also very, very important. Otherwise, you will look for the food every 2 hours, which is not good at all ayurvedically. So when you eat next 5 6 hours, you don't have to eat anything, but you should feel full. So all these grains are good for that. And also grain being heavy, they balance vata dosha. You can also have warm dessert occasionally, and that also, but don't eat ice creams and light things, but it's always something warm like a pie or Indian kheer or those kind of things. You can do that sometime. Instead of ice cold water, I always say that if you want to do one good thing for your health, is stay away from ice. And in old age especially, herbal teas, warm water is essential. I am in Texas, so temperature gets like 100 degrees, 110. That time you can drink little cooler water, but year around during springtime, fall and winter, try to drink lukewarm water. If you don't like the taste, you can add squeeze a lemon in it. You can add mint leaves. You can add ginger. You can dip a ginger lemon tea bag in that. But drink warm water and keep yourself hydrated. Very important, but don't drink ice cold water. Then vata balancing foods. Now calcium, yes, calcium is essential for the bone health, but instead of taking calcium supplements, I would recommend you to eat calcium rich foods and milk. Many of us, we add milk in the tea or something, or many people drink one glass of milk either in the morning, or they add it in their cereal, or they drink at bedtime or something. So one glass of milk gives you almost 300 milligrams of calcium, and that is good for you. Then many of us eat some kind of cheese sometime. Yogurt and buttermilk especially is part of our Indian meals all the time. We make all the raitas and all, mixing yogurt. A lot of people eat yogurt rice. A lot of Maharashtrian, Gujarati people eat chaj and buttermilk. So one glass of buttermilk also gives you 300 milligrams of natural calcium. Then ragi. If you eat half cup of ragi, you can make dosa, you can make porridge, you can make idli, whatever way you want. You can make chapati, whatever way you can eat ragi and all that. That also gives, half cup ragi gives you almost 220 to 250 milligrams of calcium. So why I'm saying all these milligrams? Because doctors always recommend to eat 1000 to 1200 milligrams of calcium. So if you drink 1 cup, 1 glass milk, 1 glass buttermilk, eat some ragi and eat vegetables and some nuts and sesame seeds, because sesame seeds are also rich in calcium. You get enough supply of calcium, but it's not only calcium, but it has all the minerals and good nutrients, and vegetables have phytochemicals and all that, which help us prevent the cancer and many chronic diseases. So let my food be my medicine. And in Ayurveda, we have one verse, Satye Pathe Sadi Kadartasya Bheshajam Grahanena Kim. If you follow the right diet and lifestyle, why do you need medicine? And pathe asati gadartasya bheshajam grahanena kim. And if you are not going to eat right or eat the healthy seasonal foods and all that, then what is medicine going to do? And that's what we have to end up taking the medicines lifelong. But if you focus more on the diet and lifestyle, eating the right food at the right season with your right prakriti and all, then you will see very, very beneficial effects of that. Then vata balancing, which are vata balancing fruits and vegetables? Because vata is light, all the root vegetables, what grows in the ground or what grows near the ground, all the squashes and pumpkins grow near the ground. Or what grows in the ground is beetroot, sweet potato, carrots, then jicama or beetroot and all that. So all those vegetables which are grounding in nature, that's what are ideal for Vata dosha. Avocados, bananas, dates, apricots, figs, and all. So these are good fruits and nuts, because nuts are also rich in oils, and nuts are also very nutrients, and they also give us more protein. So when you eat nuts, especially in Ayurveda, we recommend to eat nuts during fall time, because they have a lot of oils and they bring Vata dosha down. So here I am kind of explaining to you that calcium rich foods, but they are also vata balancing, because we are focusing more on balancing vata dosha. Then lifestyle tips. Keep yourself warm. It is very, very important, because we live in this air conditioned, office is air conditioned, house is air conditioned, everything is so cold. So always keep a light jacket or a sweater with you. Keep also the kind of the cap with you. Keep the gloves or socks with you, because if you are feeling cold, you want to keep your environment warm. It is very important. And walk in the morning sun, because we are talking about bone health. So when you go for a walk half an hour in the morning sun, your skin is going to absorb sun rays and your body is going to create vitamin D, which is also essential to absorb calcium in the blood, in the food and all that. So here it is the natural way to also get the vitamin D supplement. Then another important thing is massage your whole body with warm sesame oil at least once or twice a week. Why sesame oil? Because by nature, sesame is warming in nature. We are talking about Vata dosha. So sesame oil, it is a natural oil. It is warming in nature. That's so beneficial for Vata stage and Vata season. And your skin absorbs all that oil. Do you know, among all the sense organs, our skin, our eyes, our ears, our tongue, and all, skin is the richest, the biggest sense organ in the body. And it is related, which element to that is the Vayu Mahabhuta. And hearing is the Akasha Mahabhuta. And that's what Vata dosha is made up of Vayu element and Akasha element. And that's why hearing, our ears and our skin is related to Vata dosha. So when you massage your whole body with warm sesame oil, you will sleep like a log. Your body will feel so good. Your mind also will be so calm and peaceful. I strongly recommend you to do this. Your skin will become smooth. Your muscles will become strong. Do you know, in Maharashtra we do that martial art called kusti, and people who do kusti, they get oil massage 2 or 3 weeks before their tournaments. Why? To make their muscles very, very strong and the bones pliable and all that. So Abhyanga, Ayurveda always talks about Abhyanga. So this sesame oil massage is very, very beneficial to you. I would strongly recommend do that and leave that oil on for half an hour or overnight. And then take a long shower because everybody doesn't have the steam tent like this. But if you take long shower, that is the treatment called Svedana. And the oil massage is called Snehana. Snehana and Svedana will really, really relax you and it will make your Vata dosha very happy and it will stay within normal range. Second thing is do the oil pulling. Oil pulling has become very, very popular. And what is oil pulling? You take 1 tablespoon of sesame oil and swish it in your mouth for like good 5-7 minutes. And when you just spit it out, there is no oil, it's all the froth. But during those 5 minutes, what happens? That sesame, that calcium, hey, sesame, which are rich in calcium and all, they're strengthening your teeth, they're strengthening your gums, your voice will be clear. And all these sense organs are connected inside. So that will also improve your vision. It will improve your hearing and all that. So oil pulling is very beneficial and if you are not doing it, do it at least begin with once a week, then start doing it twice a week. If you do it every day, that is also very beneficial. But everybody doesn't have time, so at least do it 2-3 times a week. Then Nasya, another thing, always these all the orifices, our ears, our nose, our throat, everything is there is lot of vata movement is happening. Energy and the impulses are going in and out. And that's what it creates so much dryness. So if you take 2 drops of ghee, pure ghee on your finger and just massage your nostrils from inside and that will lubricate your nose passage. You will be able to breathe better. It will clear your sinuses clean and it will not make you feel congested. So Nasya also is another thing you can do. Karna Purana. I mentioned to you that Vayu and Akasha. For hearing, Akasha element is important. For the skin, Vayu element. And to bring Vata dosha, these 2 elements are important. So make a practice of putting like 5 to 10 drops of lukewarm sesame oil in both the ears. Maybe once or twice a week. If you do it, it will really, really help you. It will lubricate your ear canal. It will improve your hearing because these are the senses we lose when we get older. And that's what lubrication is very, very important. And a lot of people are worried about they may get the ear infection. But there is a ear drum. There it separates your external ear from the middle ear. So you don't have to worry about any infection. And I'm talking about only 5 to 10 drops of the oil. So your ear canal gets lubricated and you will improve your ear health. Also in your eyes, take a drop of ghee in your finger and like a kajal, put it under inside your lower eyelids and gently rub your eye. So your eyes will also become so lubricated, your vision will improve and all that. And you may feel that these are the simple things, but they are going to take you long way. It will improve your hearing, it will improve your vision because as we get older, that's what we start losing. We start losing hearing, our vision becomes weak, our throat becomes very, very rough, and we start speaking very hoarse noise and voice and all that. So all these oil treatments externally and taking ghee and oil internally is going to help you a lot by bringing your vata dosha in balance. Do meditation, pranayam, yoga, tai chi, or these are all the energy exercises. But here I also want to talk about pranayam. And especially when we do kapalbhati or bhastrika pranayam, we move our belly forcefully. And what happens? Our Manipura chakra is there. And that's why it gets stimulated. Our Agni becomes very, very strong. We start digesting food better. And do you know the 10th cranial nerve, the vagus nerve, from the brain, it comes down and it goes both ways. From the brain, when it comes down to all your digestive organs and all, It just makes more parasympathetic, that is, lowers your heart rate and brings your blood pressure down, makes your mind more peaceful. And when it goes upward to your brain, because there are the gut bacteria in your gut, and when the food is digested, and when we eat good food and digest it well, then those microbiomes are going to create the neurotransmitters, and vagus now carries those neurotransmitters to your brain and stimulates all parts of the brain. So see, I feel so proud about all these, our old rishis and munis and all that. Even the name, Kapalabhati, skull shining. We are moving our belly forcefully and we are shining our skull. Because of they knew all this vagus nerve and connection and microbiomes and all that. So they are just telling us to do these practices, but their beneficial, their benefits are tremendous for the body. So start with pranayam, followed by meditation and all. Do some Ashtanga yoga poses, do Tai Chi, go for a walk. Walking is called the king of exercise and all. So these are kind of the tips. And also follow the routine. It's following routine is very, very important. Some of the herbs for strong bone and ashwagandha these days has become very, very popular. Ashwagandha, the botanical name is Withenia somnifera. So it helps you to sleep sound at night. It is also natural analgesic. So it kind of against the pain, and also it makes your bones very strong. So if you want to take ashwagandha, you can take 1 or 2 capsules based on your prakriti. Then there is also the herb called Arjun, and that is also very beneficial for the bones. Some of the gugul, you may have heard the word Trifala gugul, Gokshuradi gugul, and all that. So gugul is a resin, but it is analgesic. It also helps to reduce your cholesterol and all, because it does the scraping action and all that, and it makes the bone strong. So I just wanted to give you some names for to make your bone stronger. So what are the things you need to remember is, when it comes to osteoporosis, think about vata dosha. Yes, you can take calcium rich foods, but think about balancing your vata dosha. And vata dosha is going to get balanced with the wholesome, warm, moist foods, then moderate exercise, oil massage. I mentioned to you a lot of benefits because of the oil massage. Then having the set routine, because vata is the wind. It moves, and anything irregularity in your daily routine, your vata dosha is going to aggravate. And that's what having a set routine for sleep, eating, exercise, for everything is very beneficial. And keeping your mind peaceful, positive, and engaged. These things are very important. And if you follow this, then your bones will really, really become very, very strong. So follow Ayurveda to prevent osteoporosis and enjoy life. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I will stop sharing now.
So you want to unmute, allow, or do you want to raise a hand and unmute for questions, or
Yes,
what?
first I see something in the chat.
Okay.
Let me see what it is, and then we will ask people. Okay, we are unable to unmute. Okay. Please speak in English. It seems the host has made it so we cannot unmute ourselves, cannot see the slides. Please share screen.
So
So
one
that is
question which I
yeah,
see,
yeah.
when
Okay.
is when is best time to take ashwagandha? Night?
Okay, yes. Ashwagandha, if you want to take it at bedtime. So that will also help you to sleep very sound at night.
But if you take it during the day, is there any negative effect or?
No, there is no negative. But if at all you want to take it once a day, then take it at bedtime.
Okay.
Then somebody is asking me that one can use the almond oil instead of sesame oil. Yes, you can use almond oil, but almond oil is only good for your face and all. And sesame oil, orally also Ayurveda recommends sesame oil. And because it has warming and nurturing effect, we always focus on sesame oil.
And Smita and Mangesh,
Uh-huh.
he is raising the hand. Smita, so she's raising.
Okay.
You want to unmute? Ask her to unmute. we can unmute, like we can give them. So I sent ask to unmute. See, Smita ji, if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's unmuted.
Okay, namaste. Thank you. It was very, very useful information. I wanted to ask you, is coconut oil better than sesame oil to put it in your ears or, to squish in your mouth?
Okay. Yes, sesame, coconut oil has a cooling effect on the body, and our head is very warming organ, and that's what when it comes to head massage, we always recommend coconut oil. But to the rest of the body, and during 9 months, we always recommend sesame oil. During summertime, if you want to do it, and if you are predominantly pitta, you can use coconut oil during summertime, but most of the time we recommend sesame oil. And on the internet, if you go, they always talk about oil pulling with coconut oil, but sesames are rich in calcium, and teeth and gums are part of the calcium, so we all Ayurveda always recommend sesame oil.
Thank you. And how often should you have the bone density test done?
All these tests, if you want to do it once a year.
If the bone density also?
Yes.
Okay.
So is there any difference between millet and bajra? No, right? They're same.
Yeah,
Or?
yeah. Millet term is kind of used for many kind of grains.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
I just mentioned millet, but here we are talking more about ragi and bajra and jawar and all that separate.
And if you want to allow everybody to unmute now, I mean, I can do
Yes,
that.
you can unmute everybody, and if they want to say something, they are welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So now everybody, whoever wants to talk, can go one by one unmuting or like ask anything, questions.
Hello, Dr. Apte. Can we use mustard oil for massage instead of sesame oil?
So, you are muted somehow. You are muted. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Mustard oil is tremendously heating. So if you live in the cold states in the Northern America or in Canada and all that, you can use mustard oil. But in the most of the time where it's not very, very hot, I would recommend sesame oil.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Because mustard oil is very common even in India, in the northern parts of India, not in the southern or in the mid part. Everything is based on your area, and that's what Ayurveda always says, that what part, where do you live, what is the environment, you eat everything accordingly, and Mother Nature also produces those things in the same area.
Because we live in Boston,
Pardon
and
me?
here we live in Boston,
Okay.
Boston in USA.
Okay.
Then here the weather is cold, and
Yeah, then you can use mustard oil.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dr. Apte,
Thank you.
this is Shobha Patel.
Yes.
What kind of, there are so many sesame oil available. Which sesame particularly should the oil pulling and the
See,
massage?
mainly buy organic and cold pressed oil if possible. On Amazon, you get good quality organic sesame oil, and in my clinic I use that,
Okay, thank you.
and it has good effect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The dinker that we use after, usually
Delivery and all.
yeah.
Yes.
Is it same as Google?
No, it's not. It is also resin, but it's not gugul.
Okay.
But Ayurveda recommends dinka, that is gum, in many bone kind of conditions because it kind of strengthens bones.
Okay. But Google and this dinker are different.
Gugul is very different than dinka.
And just one more question, please. The different things that you said, pranayama, meditation,
Yeah.
breathing, walking, is there a sequence that you would recommend that this is the right sequence?
As I said, that when you get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, drink a glass of water, and first start with meditation. Here, start with pranayam.
Okay.
Because pranayam always helps to calm your mind down. And then it is very easy for you to go deep in meditation. And then I would recommend you to go in the morning for a walk, because that morning sun, your body is going to absorb sun rays and going to create vitamin D, not in the afternoon or evening. So if you do exercise in the morning, that will be beneficial for you.
आणि योगाच करायचे तर usually you do yoga first and then pranayam.
First thing is yoga you can do in the morning or evening, but do it on empty stomach. Don't do anything on full stomach. Always have half an hour to 1 hour in between activities. Because when you eat, all the blood goes to the digestive system. Then it's not going to, if you exercise right after, then it's not going to go to your muscles. Your digestion will hamper and your muscles will not get enough oxygen and all that. So don't just rush into things. And we are at a stage that we now have time. Okay. So eat your breakfast, have some time, then go for a walk, and then start your doing whatever you want to do during that day.
आणि प्राणायाम उठल्याबरोबर सॉरी if we start doing pranayam right after waking up,
Yeah, that
sometimes
is
you
the
are
best.
not, that will make you more sleepy, wouldn't it?
No, pranayam never makes you sleepy.
Okay.
Pranayam, as a matter of fact, it kind of brings your mind.
Okay. It's
You
better.
become more mindful.
Okay.
You know, I just want to tell just a short story. Okay, there was a wood chopper and he wanted to make the money, and so he went to the forest, went to the lumber yard, and I said, "Okay, I want to cut the tree. I will help you cut the trees, and I want to make money." So the owner said, "Okay, every tree you cut, I will give you $100." So first day he chopped 3 trees and got $300. So next day he said, I'm going to work harder, so I will get more money. But he could chop only 2 trees. And he was kind of frustrated. Third days he could chop only 1 tree. And he was very angry and he said, what's happening? So he went to the owner and said, I'm working harder, but I'm not getting more work done. So what's wrong? So the owner asked him only one question. Did you sharpen your axe? If you keep on working with the blunt axe, you are going to work hard but not going to get the result. Same way, sharpening the axe in our case is sharpening our mind. So you want to sharpen your mind first thing in the morning when you wake up. Then whatever you do, your actions will be meaningful, because we don't want to just do the actions. It should be meaningful. We have to give the meaning to our life, right? So if you want meaningful, then meditation, pranayam and meditation is very important to do in the morning.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, is osteoporosis reversible, and are the compression fractures can be repaired? And the third one is what yogasana you should not be doing if you have osteoporosis?
Okay. First, your question is it reversible? It is reversible. Osteoporosis is weakening of the bones. If your bones become stronger, then your osteoporosis is going to go down, right?
Oh, right.
So same way like a blood sugar, is diabetes reversible? If you are able to maintain your blood sugar within range, then you can reverse it. Same way, if you maintain your blood pressure somehow by the diet, lifestyle and meditation and all, bring your blood pressure within range, it is good for you. Same way, if you strengthen your bone with these natural ways, then you don't have to worry about it. The fractures I mentioned to you, when the bones become strong, it is better for you, especially in the old health and all. But if you take a lot of calcium supplements, then instead of making your bones very strong, they make bones very rigid, because their purpose is only to add calcium to your bone, but not convert bone calcium into blood calcium. So the bones become very rigid and they fracture. And that's what I'm kind of recommending, not to take only the supplements, but focus also on diet and lifestyle.
And
I have a question.
Which
Oh.
which asanas you should not be doing?
You should ask that question to the yoga specialist.
Okay.
I know, but right now I cannot just tell you. I will email you. When I email you the link of the seminar, I
Okay.
will just write down the names, which asanas you should do and you should not do.
I have a question about Vajantivan,
Yes.
about the glucosamine. My doctor recommended, because I have osteoarthritis. I'm 78 years old. So I was just curious. I do take calcium with vitamin D,
How
but
much? How many milligrams?
just like 10 milligram, not much, you know.
No, you must be taking calcium maybe 1,000 or
Oh
1,200.
yeah, 500. Sorry, 500. 500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so should I take glucosamine or?
Yes, glucosamine chondroitin is good for your joint health and all that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
but along with it, also focus on your diet and lifestyle.
Of course. Of course. Of
Always
course.
remember that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anybody else?
Yeah,
I
Dr.
have a
I
question.
wanted to just ask about almonds. Sometimes they say soaking almonds in water is better. So, what would you recommend?
Yeah, anything soaking always is better, because anything dry is not good for vata dosha. Soaking,
Okay.
they become moist and they are easy to digest also. So soak your almonds.
I have a question about sesame oil. You talked about pulling. Is it good to just take a tablespoon of oil and drink it down like medicine?
You, yes, you can take one tablespoon of medicine, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil and just drink it. That will also be good for you.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would strongly recommend start doing the Abhyanga. Start doing the oil massage, self oil massage, at least once a week. And then you will start seeing the benefits of that. And then do it twice a week or so. It is very important. And especially during fall and winter, you should do that more often. During summertime, we sweat a lot. Weather is very hot. So maybe once a week is enough. But when we go to the colder times of the year, then definitely you should do that more often.
Dr. Apte,
Yes.
we should massage the oil, and after how much time I have to take the bath?
Okay, that's what I said. Give yourself at least half an hour for your body to absorb that oil. And you will see
Okay.
that oil will disappear from your arms and legs and all that. Where does it go? Because your skin has pores and it absorbs it. And when you massage your joints, especially all these tissues, your muscle and your fat and your bones and your everything comes together. So when you're, and that's why it is called joint. All the dhatus are joining at those joints. So when you massage your body, first go away from the heart and then come toward the heart. But joint, always do it in the circular fashion. Always around the ankles, around your wrist, around elbows, around your shoulders. Do it in the circular fashion. And leave it
Okay,
for
thank you.
minimum half an hour.
And on
I
the
have a
legs,
Please one
we
person
should,
at a time. So,
excuse me, one more question.
yeah.
When we massage our legs, then upward, to upward or downwards?
That's what I'm saying. First, do 7 strokes downward, so away from
Okay,
your heart, and then do
okay,
3 strokes towards your heart. So you're kind of cleansing the body first, and then bringing that circulation back to your heart. And around the
okay,
joints, do it in the circular fashion.
okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Apte. Thank you
Yeah.
so
When
much.
I have
Okay,
a
I have a
question.
question about massaging yourself. So when you, because there are only limited places you can do your own massage, where you cannot do your own back, or so just do hands, legs, and your stomach. Is
Yes,
that
and
what you are
it's a
recommending?
good question. You can, as much as reach your back, you can do your back massage and all that. But mainly the head, your feet, your soles of the feet, and your ears and your palms. If you do the massage there to all these extremities, then you will see the benefits of that.
So this is every day in the morning you recommend
If you do
for
that, that will be great. Before your shower, before you
before
take
the
shower,
shower.
if you do that, then do it.
And use sesame oil all throughout the year.
On the
is
head,
better?
you can use coconut oil,
Coconut.
but in
Yeah.
the rest of the body, you can use sesame oil.
Okay.
But also do the Karana Purana, put the oil also in your ears, put ghee. Why ghee in the eyes and why oil in the ear? Because eyes is the seat of fire element. All these five senses have different elements. Our eyes have fire element, so we put ghee. Our Akasha ear has Akasha element. It is related to Vayu, so warm sesame oil. On the skin, also related to Vayu, so warm. In the mouth, also we don't recommend cold, but when you swishing it, it becomes warm in the mouth also. And the nose, you can use ghee, or you can use, we have some different medicated oils also. We ask people to put the drops in it, especially they have allergies and congestion. We have a special Nasya oil, and just 5 drops of that oil and all the nostrils and sinuses become clear, and they start breathing more clearly.
How do I utilize Google like intake?
Google, I have the powder, Google powder in my office, and I make different formulas based on different conditions and different prakriti. But remember, Google is heating. It's warming in nature. So when Pitta, if you know your prakriti, if you know Pitta prakriti, and then you need to take some guduchi or amla or something along with it, so you will not have that effect. Or if you're heating, if you're pitta, and if you just take too much gugul, you may have some skin rash. But that is not the side effect, but that is excess heat. So along with, and that's what knowing your prakriti and going to Ayurvedic doctor is important, because they give you the herbs based on your prakriti, which is suitable for you.
Thank you.
Dr. Apte, one more question.
Yes.
In the eyes, you ask us to put the ghee.
Yes.
Then which ghee? Ghee is normal ghee or what?
Yeah, normal ghee you can put, but in our clinic we do use Triphala ghee, but you as a prevention, you can just put normal, a drop or two of normal ghee, and make ghee at
Okay.
home. Don't buy from the store, because you don't know
Okay.
how old it is, whether it is good
Yeah,
or
yeah,
it
yeah.
become rancid and all. Making ghee is very easy, and we all know, we grew up with that. So buy unsalted organic ghee, butter, and make ghee at home.
Okay. But
Okay.
last time you told also the ghee, about ghee. I tried to eyes में डालने के लिए, लेकिन I felt abnormality when I put it in my eyes. It's okay.
No, 1 or 2 drops of ghee, you will not see any you may feel that, oh, my vision is little blurred, but
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
because
yeah,
of
yeah.
ghee. Within few
Yeah,
minutes,
vision is
your
blurred.
within few
Okay.
minutes, your vision will be clear. You don't have to worry
Okay.
about.
Then we should use daily or what?
Yes, you can use 1 drop daily. Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, oil pulling, how many times? Once or twice, or like in a day?
No, do it only in the morning before
Oh.
you, hey, before brushing or after brushing, you do oil pulling only in the morning, not the
Okay.
whole day.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I hope you learned something new today, and that is you find this information helpful.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're very
very
helpful.
much.
Thank you
So,
so much. Thank you
thank you
so
so
much,
much.
Dr. Apte.
Yeah, and
Very
in
useful
June, I'm
information.
going to travel, so I will not be here to offer any seminar, but in July, second Sunday of the month, definitely, I will send you the email. If you think your friends are interested, tell them to email me and give their email address. I will add them in the database. So more the merrier. So, and whatever you hear here, listen to these tips. I want you to incorporate at least 1 or 2 in your daily routine. Because if you want to see the benefits, unless you do it, just knowing is not enough. Doing is. So unless you incorporate that into daily routine, you will not see the benefits. But once you start doing it, you will definitely say, yes, it works. Okay.
Thank you
So
so
thank
much.
you so much. Again, happy Mother's Day
Thank
to
you.
all.
Happy
And
Mother's
Happy
we
Thank you
Mother's
so
will
much,
Day.
Thank you
Dr.
so
Afroz.
much.
Thank you so much.
and we will
Thank
meet again in
you.
July. Thank you.
Very, very
Definitely
useful.
we'll
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
see
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
And
Thank
Kiran, thank
you.
you so much for your help.
No,
Thank
And you.
problem at all. You can tell me anytime. I'll be happy
Okay.
to do that. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
And will you post this presentation link
Yes,
to
I
us?
will
Thank you.
email you the link, everybody. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye.